On behalf of Indore Mumbai campus, we would like to welcome you to our campus. Mr. Sudeep Nair is Global Head of Business Transformation at JLT India. Mr. Sudeep Nair has graduated from BITS Planning in the year 1999. Later, he went on to pursue management studies from IIM Ahmedabad. Mr. Sudeep has started his professional career as a deputy manager in Times Group, wherein he was responsible for conceptualizing innovative solutions in B2C and B2B media. Later, he worked for ICICI Bank Limited, Mumbai, and played a very significant role in improving the trade finance operations. Mr. Sudeep was also associated with Cognizant Business Consulting for 8 years. Currently, he is working as the global head for the Strategic Business Transformation Unit at JLT India. So, thank you for your insights on IT consulting. We would like to ask certain questions.
Yeah.
So, after banking, which is the other most important sector where you see the revolutionization by IT?
By IT? In India or globally?
In the field of IT.
Okay.
Globally.
So the trends are slightly different in India vis-a-vis the rest of the world. So I'll cover that in two levels. Globally, if you look at, let's take the example of US. Right? In US, there is something called Obamacare, which is the provision of universal insurance to all citizens of the US. As a result of Obamacare, there are a number of initiatives that every government and every state government and every company needs to take to ensure coverage of all the citizens. So there are a number of such IT initiatives that also result from them, right? And hence insurance is a big next thing for US. Similarly, in pharma, there is a big trend that pharma companies are going off patent. Pharma companies typically have a patent for their products, and a large number of such products are going off patent in 2012 to 2014 period. And hence, pharma companies are now really scrambling to find the next big drug discovery for them. Again, IT can help in facilitating that drug discovery and accelerating the process of clinical trials and all that. So that's another big area globally. So I would say insurance and pharma are the next two big industries where we'll have a lot of scope for IT. In India, unfortunately, insurance is still highly regulated, and hence within the Indian industry environment, I don't see too much of IT investments in the future. Similarly, in the pharma domain within India, the pharma companies in India are usually what is called generics, right? Generics companies, which means they are essentially manufacturing products that are off patent. So a Novartis or a Pfizer, etc., would come up with a patented drug, and when the drug goes off patent, the Indian companies will take up that drug and manufacture it and sell it to lower cost countries like Africa and so on. So the trend in pharma industry in India is completely different from the trend across the world. And hence, again, this tends to be a more traditional approach, less IT intensive approach. And hence, you can see the dichotomy that across the world, insurance and pharma are likely to be big, whereas in India, banking is still likely to be the biggest investor in technology. In India, if you were to take another sector which is likely to pick up fast, it's going to be the telecom industry, because we are just picking up in terms of telecom maturity. And hence, you will see the big deals like Bharti Airtel who engage IBM on a big initiative. And so the investments are likely to be in the telecom after banking.
So in banking, like you said, there have been a lot of revolutions in the terms of IT. But then there is a bottleneck in the terms of credibility in the banking sector. So how do you think we can overcome this issue in banking industry?
Credibility meaning?
People are usually apprehensive of the IT infrastructure that is used in banks because of the credibility issues.
Okay.
Because they are very much used to having a brick and mortar setup for a bank.
Okay.
So how would you say we can overcome that?
See, part of that is being overcome by the demographics of India, right? So if you look at the typical demographics of India, 60% of the people are under 30 years old, which means 60% of the people have grown up seeing the internet, right? the earlier generation had not even seen internet or computer and so on. So as they fade away, there is this new generation that is coming in who are very comfortable with internet. So in the natural course of their growth into adulthood, you will see that for them internet banking is quite natural, and for them mobile banking would also be quite a natural thing. So part of it will be addressed by demographics. Part of it would also be addressed by reliability of the internet connectivity, etc., which is improving quite dramatically in India. And hence people don't have apprehensions about being able to access the internet platform. They're able to do that very seamlessly now. And hence I would say that the maturity of internet adoption will only increase. We don't need to do anything artificial to enhance it. It will happen over a period of time. So banks just need to prepare themselves for that.
Sir, and another thing is, we were also talking about business analysts, the profile of a business analyst. So, do you think for a business analyst it is also important to have the knowledge of the technicalities that go into the project that he is handling? So, how important is it for a business analyst to have the technical knowledge of the project that he is working in?
It is quite important. I wouldn't say that they need to get down to the code level and really understand the technology and all of that. But what they really need to understand are the implications of whatever they are analyzing or defining in terms of requirements to the work that will be eventually done by the technology firms. So, for example, when they collect requirements for any technology solution, they need to understand those components that will be very resource intensive and which will involve a lot of effort to change in the future. So, if there is a particular component where they have to spend hundreds of man days to actually do the development, they need to be careful in defining it very clearly upfront so that there are no changes downstream. Otherwise, there will be a lot of cost involved in changing the application. So to that extent, you need to be aware of technology. They don't really need to get into the coding level of it and so on. So that's how I would look at it.
So they basically need to be technically aware of the advancements in the technology, but not get down to the coding level.
Not only the advancements in technology, but also the implications of the technical implications of whatever business analysis they are doing, right? So is this a very significant impact on the technology work or not? Right? That's the level of detail that they need to.
And so for the students who are aspiring to have a career in IT consulting, what advices do you have for them?
One is this, as we just mentioned, that be a little bit technology savvy, right? Understand what each technology means. What is .NET, for example? Is .NET a language? Is it a programming framework? You need to be aware of it to that extent, right? What does open source mean? What does big data mean? What data is really big data? At least get a Wikipedia level knowledge of these technical terms, right? That's very important. Otherwise, you will end up working in a very blind way, and that's not the way to survive in a technology company. That's one. Second is that keep in mind that a business analyst brings to the table a set of skills that probably the technology folks don't have, right? And hence try to strengthen those. Now some of those are client-facing skills, right? The ability to talk business language to a client is what enables a business analyst to thrive in an IT world. So strengthen that, the ability to interact with a CXO, talk the business language, understand priorities of the CXO. That's very important. So try to improve that. And as I just mentioned, continuously learn new skills. Get certified in new programs and trends that happen in the industry, and hence keep yourself updated. That's very important.
Thank you for your insights in the IT consulting.